Hello, 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 hello. Hello, it's me again. Welcome back to this week's YouTube Live. I got three things. Number one, I just got on the phone with a bank negotiating on a bank-owned property, hotel. That was fun. It's always fun to be in the hunt. So Johnny Racine, good to see you, buddy. Oh, I'm not in my office. John sent me a nice picture of the two of us, framed picture. It's on my desk, sandwiched between my daughter's wedding shots. It was for effect, and I don't know if you're always going to be there, but I did appreciate it. I certainly did appreciate it. So I just took we made an offer on a hotel. My partners and me. My partners and I made a. My brother's on the line right now. He would be typing in right now. Adopted son here, yes. If my brother was here right now, he'd be typing in the correct pronoun. So the oh geez, what is this news? Let me see. Oh, hold on. Oh geez. Oh, okay. Just get those. I'm waiting for them to tell me they saved the 5 guys in the submarine. Not holding out hope. But it's fun when you negotiate. We just had a great conversation. He said, "Listen, your price is understandable, but I can't accept it without first going to the market. If your price was a little bit higher, we might be willing to forego the market and the auction and just give it to you guys." Like, oh, all right, let me talk to my partners. Let me see what they can come back. And just get a little negotiation tip here. We made an offer, and then he came back and says, "Can you guys get any higher? Any higher?" I'm like, something, I'll tell you, Chris, we don't bid against ourselves. So if you want to counter, we're willing to accept a counter, but that's our offer. And, we're just not going to come out with another number. I mean, our number is out there for a reason. It makes sense to us. Oh, no, I understand. Here's where I sit. I said, okay, fine. So, this is when I go back to my partners. We do a little horse trading, and we try to figure out what the situation is. So, Johnny R. Sales and marketing, S&M. Hey, David, did you hear everything I just said? I was talking about you. So we got to talk after this. All right, so that's number one. Number two is boom. Well, obviously the hotel to apartment conversion. Let me tell you this story. All right, I got a phone call. Guy was looking to join my program, and he said, "Well, I've actually just signed up. I had signed up for another coach, and paid him $10,000, and then he screwed me over. And I'm actually looking to sue him right now." And there's really only one guy that I know of whose contract is so convoluted that it might be that guy. Sure enough, when I did some more probing, he said, "No, that is the guy I signed up with." And I told him a story about how I had represented a client against him in a legal matter for the exact same reason about 10 years ago. And this one was a couple of different reasons, but the thing is, a couple of things with this contract that I didn't even catch because it didn't impact us, but that exist within the 4 pages of his contract for coaching, multifamily coaching, is that if you sign on with him and you get a deal in a contract, you're supposed to split everything 50-50. But in this case, he got the deal on the contract, didn't read the fine print where it said that this guy controlled the deal at all times. So the only person who was able to release the lien from the property owner was the coach. And so what the coach did, supposedly, his lawyer is currently investigating it, and I'll tell you why I know that, is the company, the coaching company, released the lien and then turned around and sold it to a third party that they are affiliated with, cutting out the student entirely. And it was all contractually allowed. The reason why I know this is because his lawyer called me looking for advice on these types of contract situations. So that is, then the other thing that was really bad about this contract was that it said that it was, they don't practice law, but they write the contracts and you're not allowed to vary from them, but get yourself a lawyer. Well, that just means you're practicing law. If I can't modify your contract and it violates state law, well, then you better be prepared to answer to the local bar, because they're going to want to know why you're coming into their state using illegal contracts and not allowing a party within the contract to have representation or effective representation. You can get the representation, but he can't do anything for you. So that is that was a little fun story that I had. I thought you'd all get a kick out of that, but and this has been going on now for 10 years. This guy's contract, it should be stopped. It should be stopped, but I'm asking this lawyer for a copy of the contract, because I can't find mine from 10 years ago. But I said, hey, can you send me over a redacted version of the contract? I haven't seen it yet. So if anybody has a mentoring contract for someone, I don't know, that maybe that would have possibly written a book for dummies, please send it on over to me. I'd love to see one firsthand that I can read. So, all right, that's that. But listen, I got to tell you guys about the most important aspect of multifamily investing, and that's the sales and marketing component. And people don't. I see. David Peters laughing about it. Only last sentence about. Oh, okay. Oh, David, you missed the whole thing. Okay, check your text messages, David. The most important aspect of this business is sales and marketing. And the thing is that most of the people that come into this business are not good at it. That's not their forte. And so in order to be successful in a business that requires sales and marketing, you better have systems in place to be able to handle it for you. And that's the thing about Multifamily OS is when you come on board with us, you get the sales and marketing component as part of the add-on feature. You get our custom designed CRM. And I say CRM because I don't have a better term to describe it. But it's a relationship. It's a customer management tool. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you some views of it right now so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we did this in rehearsal. Hopefully this will work perfectly. Yes. All right. Now, I'm about to hit the button that says share. And then for some reason, my camera disappears. So let me try it. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Let me try doing this. Let me try that. Okay, let's try that. Perfect. Okay, so this is an example of the system that all of my students get when they sign up. The way it works is we have you develop which market you're looking to get into. Then once you decide on a market, we load your CRM up with opportunities, with properties in that particular market. So all you have to do is just focus on this tool and just go after all the people in that market who are already in the business that you are looking to get in. And with this tool, you also get 2 VAs. One VA will work with you on this tool, will do tasks that you send them, will send you tasks to do to keep you moving forward every step of the way. The other VA is constantly calling all day long on the property owners that you have on this list. We just had 2 successes this day with identifying motivated sellers for a couple of my clients, which is great. You know, that we ring the bell every time we get one of those, and we notify the student, hey, call this person. They want to sell their property. How would you like it if you had that going on for your market all day long? This is what every new business needs, is this type of a sales and marketing department. But sometimes you don't. So let's see if I can. I'm going to go right. Okay, so obviously first, I got to go over here. That's how this works. Okay, so what I need to do, John Racine or David Peters, you have my cell phone number. I'm about to start doing some moving through this slide. Can you just make sure that you are seeing me? Like click right now on brokers. Just send me a text because let's see. Just send me a text that I just open up the brokers so I know you can see what I'm doing, because I don't know if you can see this. So right away, obviously with all the brokers in, we'll load them up with all the brokers in your marketplace. You can start reaching out to Christopher Bandazian. Let me just click on his name. Okay, hold on. Let's pop this up. There's Garrison Howlett. We're going to show all the information about him. You can come over here and assign a task. He's with Clock Tower Realty. There's his phone number, and we can assign a task. I want my VA to call him to see if he has any updated deals, any properties he's looking at. We can take a look at. Let's send him an email. Let's get his email address. That's one of the things we can't do that. Let me see. I can't for some reason. Oh, there it is. Edit right there. From here, we can get his. You can tell the VA, hey, get this guy's email address. I want to add him to the list. So there, we put it right there. Hit apply changes, and now Garrison's email address is in there. The system that we use, we can get their email address right from our system, but we can't get it in a download. But we have to go and manually go through it and pull out the person's email address. So if you want to build up an email database of brokers in your area, just let your VA know, and they'll go after and start, pulling down 25 emails a day for you, and load them in, and you can start sending out emails to these brokers right from your CRM. Also, we have the properties and the owners. This has everything that you want. If you want to take a look at this 10 post apartments in San Francisco, California. I wonder if this one is one of the properties that's been foreclosed on in San Francisco. There were 64 properties foreclosed on in San Francisco. Here's all the information about it. Here's the property information. These are the people's names, phone numbers. We have all of this. You can send a comment to the add a comment. You can send a task to your VA. You can have this send out a direct mail piece. Hey, I like this property, Mr. VA, or whoever your VA is. Maybe it's Jed or Lou, and you say, hey, Jed, can you get me the email address for this owner? I want to send them an email and find out what they're looking to sell. It's really, you can, you come home from work and you're looking to move your business forward. And the thing about this is we load this up with all the properties in your marketplace that meet your criteria. What you're telling the world is, I want to own one of these properties in this marketplace within the next 12 months. And every single day, you're asking one of these owners to sign on up or to sell you their property. And that's how these deals get done. Now, this is where I want you to start to see we are really staying ahead of what's going on in the marketplace. If you take a look here at the loans. Now, the thing about this is that this particular database is not set up perfectly. So here are all the loans in that market, CMBS loans in that marketplace that we could pull off CoStar. And then what we can do is over here, there can be a related property to it as well. In this particular case, there are no, the way we set this one up, there weren't any related properties in this database, but there could, most other people's databases, there will be related properties. But what happens is you can go into this. Oh, hold on a second. Let me X out of this again. Oh, hold on. You can go into this list, click on actions, and then filter this list. Now, remember, there are about 7,000 when you have the whole entire database. We have about 7,000 loans in here. You click on this, scroll on down to, let's see, maturity date. You want to see which maturity dates are between today, June 1st, let's say, and 2 years from now. Let's say 4 years from now. Boom. And you hit apply. All of these properties will be maturing over that time period. And so we can go into any one of these, click on the pencil, and there's the information. This one's going to mature. Oh, this one's maturing like right now, June 5th. Brennan. Oh, I hope this guy, oh, you know what? This is at 331 Main Street. Watch what I'm doing, guys. I got to head down there this afternoon. I'm going to take a swing by and see what 331 Main Street is. And maybe I'll give Mr. Brennan a phone call. Say, hey, were you able to do anything with that? Or maybe I'll get to convert it into a hotel. Ha. Okay, so this is when you come in, we give you this, we load up all the loans. You will become an expert in your market as to the product that exists, and you'll get a chance to go after it and on so many different levels. You can call them, you can email them. We have direct mail, look right down here, direct marketing right there. We can send out direct mail pieces to these people. There's so many things. All you have to do is work the system with 2 VAs at your side, 2 VAs who are trained by me and working for me. Now, you might think this is just a big sales pitch. Yeah, it is kind of, sure. But I also want the people who are in the call, who are in my program, to see all the new features that we've added to it, which we're constantly adding. The next one we're going to add, my developer's on vacation for 2 weeks. But when he gets back, he's going to put another tab for, you ready? Self-storage. All self-storage properties you could also be able to find in this database right here as well. Now, here are the banks. And also look right below at the credit unions. Let me tell you, I'm gonna jump on over so I can see myself talking right now, because I'm gonna share with you some stuff. Hello, Alpaca. This is good. Greetings, everyone. Hey, Al. Okay, so here's the deal. I've got banks and I've got credit unions in there. And look how many there are. 4,000 in the country, 4,000 credit unions. All right. I went to a conference for loan workout and distressed asset officers for banks. I sat in the back of the room. What a fun crowd that was, let me tell you. But basically what I learned was that the credit unions, because of the way they exist, are going to be in more trouble than banks. Credit unions have trouble raising money. So when the banks have, essentially get a cash call from their bank examiner, they're able to raise money in multiple different ways. The credit unions do not have that ability. Also, these people were saying is the credit unions were a little bit more loosey-goosey in their underwriting, especially of multifamily over the last couple of years. And so therefore, they're going to be in more trouble than the banks. But this tool can still be, Francis, I don't care how many markets you do, really, seriously. I try to get you 1,000 properties. Like, look here, if you look at the properties and owners tab, he's got 1,600 properties in there. I think I got a student who's got over 3,000 properties in there just because he kept changing his markets. I don't care. Work with your VA. They'll take care of you. That's My job here is to make sure that you, yeah, but don't come to me and give me, oh, I'll take these 100 markets. Well, then I know you're not really going after, you're not doing it the right way. So that's why I say, yeah, hey, if you change your market, yeah, but let's talk about it. What's wrong with your existing market? All right, so let me go back on over here to the banks. Now, if you look at the banks, I'm going to show you how you can filter with the banks. Now, the thing you want to think about is you want to deal with those banks that do a lot of commercial loans, because that would be multifamily. You want to do those types of banks that have the percentage of delinquent or foreclosed properties is a larger percentage of their overall assets. So that bank's got some problems. They're looking to move stuff, and then you've got the the assets in the 30, 60, 90 days. And so you can do a short. So let's take, for instance, where's John Racine? I think John is looking in Florida. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for properties in Florida. Okay. Come right on over here, scroll on down. There is Florida, and we apply. All right. So what do we have? What do we have here? Right away, we have, I'm going to come back up here and change my view. Oh, where did he do this? Somebody can tell me. There's a way to filter these so I can get to see all on one page. All right, so that's not important right now. So let's keep going here. Wait a minute. Rows right there. All. That's how we did it. All right, so in this particular case, in Florida, we have 92 banks. Cool. All right, now John's going to say, let's go over here. I want to filter it a little bit more. Let's take a look at all the banks in Florida that, let's see, that real estate owned, other real estate owned. And we're going to say that the other real estate owned is greater than, and look at all. So let's go for, let's say that it's bigger than 2.5% of their assets. Okay, so we have two banks that are in trouble. All right, we got this one, Amarant and TIA. Those are two good banks. Now, so John clicks on this bank, started in 98, the other one 79, and he looks at all the data about that bank, accruing loans, non-accruing loans, repossessed assets, very low. As a percentage of net worth, very low. Delinquent loans, okay, we got 3% delinquent loans. Other real estate owned, about 4. Looks like a low number there. Non-accrual loans, non-performing assets. So they get some bad stuff on their books. So what John does now is he goes and he calls and he asks for who is a person in the bank office that handles the distressed assets. And, or John can have his VA do that for him. And what the VA would do is they'll just go in there and leave a note for John that they spoke to this bank. This is the name of the person. Give them a call. John pulls this bank back up. And here are the questions John's going to ask the person when he calls. Does your bank currently have any REO properties for purchase? Yes, we do. And that way, John can keep track of every person he speaks to, and what they're doing. Come on over here, apply the changes, and now this particular one, we're going to send this one, put a task on this person. Let me see if I can figure out how they do that right here. I'm not seeing it right now, but I will. You can get this task over. I will figure out how to do that. But that's one of the ways you do it. Now take a look. You can look at, let's go look at another filter, actions, filter. You're established. I mean, if we go down here, we see loan reserves. Let me see. There was one about commercial loans. Let me see. Loan loss reserve. Net income. Okay, hold on. Yeah, non-accrual loans 90 days past due. And what we want to do, oh, wow, there are only two. Oh, out of these two banks, that's why we want to go back here. Let's get rid of this one. And we'll go back and do a Y filter where it's a 90 days. Delinquent loans as a total percentage of total loans. And so it's got to be greater than, and look at all my options, which tells you this is how many banks have this. Let's try that. And so here, Florida State Bank of the Keys. We'll click on this one. All right, so you get the idea. Now let me jump on over to credit unions. Credit unions are a little bit different. They have different search criteria. So over here, we can come down here to filter. We're going to go down here, scroll on down. Now look at delinquent loans as a percentage of capital, as a percentage of total loans. Let me see. First mortgage. This is the one I think that talks about commercial loans. Loans past due 2 months or more. Ooh, we like this one. Greater than. Yeah, see how many of these. So all of these banks have loans that are 2 months or more. But the thing is, you want to make sure that they're commercial loans, and that's why you want to do further searches, further filters, where you come on in here, scroll on down. Let me see. No, you see, you got new auto loans. You don't care about that. Other real estate loans. Let me see. Repossessed assets as a percentage of capital. Okay. You don't want the unsecured loans. Repossessed assets greater than. You always have to do it this way because it'll give you everything. We'll just use these. So, Federal Credit Union. Oh, I'm trying to find the one where it says, sorry, I should have got this, where it tells you that the loans are commercial loans. Right here, commercial loans is a percentage of loans. All right, so what you want to do here, and you want to go greater than, and you want to say like a big number. Right here, these guys are doing a lot of commercial loans. So look at these all these people have commercial loans. At least 20% of their portfolio are commercial loans. You got they all have repossessed assets, and they all have loans past due a 2%, 0.002. You can hone this down, but you want to start dialing for dollars here, and you want to start getting these people under the list. Let me see. Okay, I love my students. One of my students who happens to live in Nashua just told me what 331 Main Street is. Oh, you guys rock. You guys rock. Okay. So this is what we do all day long. Now, also on the hotels, we just built these out. Oh, add the hotel. Oh, no. Where are my hotels? Oh, we have hotels, folks. I'm here to tell you that we do have hotels. They just haven't put it into my test screen yet. But we have all the hotels, all from CoStar. You can search on hotels. If you folks have not figured it out yet, hotels to apartment conversions. That's why we're teaching it. That's Dave Peters on the call right now. We're going to be in Chicago teaching it. You got to be there. Hotels, it's unbelievable. Just the numbers make unbelievable amount of sense. You've got to do it. Okay, John says he doesn't think that my man has loaded the hotels. I think he has for some of them, John. Make sure you send your VA an email saying, hey, I'd like to get hotels loaded up, and he'll put you at the top of the list. Let me see. Do we have contracts in the software as well? Oh, no. Okay. So, that's a really cool question. I appreciate that question, Francis. But here's the issue, Francis. Well, not an issue, but Right now, we are building out a hotel conversion model where you can do a down and dirty number into a deal to figure out what the right offer price is for a particular hotel. We can go and then what you can do is you can then build out a more stable pro forma look of that property. And so this is what we're in the process of doing now. But the way we've got it set up and the way I'm designing it is you do a quick down and dirty number. You like the number, you want to make an offer, you hit a button and your letter of intent is printed. You like it, you want to go to contract, you hit a button and your purchase and sale contract for a hotel is printed. Trying to make this so easy because there's so many opportunities. We've got to move fast on these deals. We've got to make them happen. Oh, good. Thanks, John. Yeah, she's awesome. All right. So let me show you the final thing. And this is really kind of cool. Okay. We get to property managers. So as you can see, there are 8,700 property managers loaded in here. If you want to, start doing like an investigation of property managers and just say, hey, do you know anybody who like how much do you charge? Just click on somebody's name here, Gina. Go to Gina. But look what I do. You can conduct a an interview with the person right here, and you can fill in the blanks. These are questions that I've come up with to help you move the conversation with the property manager. And of course, the last question, the $1 million question. Are you aware of any of your clients that may be looking to sell their properties in the near future? Because that's the real reason we're on the phone with these people. Like, hey, let me know. So yeah, we already have her email right in there. So that is how this system works. I mean, guys, the way that I've set this up so that, and I'm going to stop the screen share. Good. The way that we've set this thing up is so that you just sit there and you just work the system, or you manage your VAs to work the system for you. It is, I'm trying to make the business of multifamily investing so push button and streamlined that all you have to do is work the system and you'll find the deals. And the contracts will be created for you so that everything is done by the push of a button with the help of your VAs. This is how you build a business that is going to grow, that you can scale, and the one that is turnkey. So that as soon as you latch on, you're up and running. I'm a new member. Am I able to contact the VA folks and request? Yes, Deborah. Even though I've not completed. No, Deborah. Deborah, how are you? Good to see you. No, you got to go through the marketing section first. Okay. Even the people like Deborah is a platinum level. She has my personal cell phone number. She calls me whenever she needs me. But even if you're a marketing student where you don't get the full access to me, even if you're just a marketing student, your VA, you have to go through the marketing component. I want you to understand all that you need to know about markets. And especially if you're out there looking to sell your deal to your investors, you better be able to tell them you know everything about that market. So I want you to go through the marketing modules. And then once you do that, you're going to make the appointment with your VA, and your VA will then go and set everything up for you once we know what your market is. Once you do that, you're going to have a private conversation with me and Jeff Kelly, where we it's kind of like your presentation of your PhD thesis as to your market. Like, tell me about your market. Why is it good? What do you like about it? Why should I invest in that market? Those types of things to get you geared up and ready to go and understand why you're doing what you're doing. So yeah, so that's that. That's when I talk about sales and marketing, guys. You got to have systems for sales and marketing. Most people come into this business and all they want to do is get out there and start calling brokers and calling brokers and calling brokers. No, that's not how you're going to find the deals. And that is what we're trying to do is to defend your market PhD. Exactly. And yeah, John came prepared and brought receipts. Deborah is telling Deborah, love when the two Debras are talking. Better than two Karens, I suppose. Okay, good. Thanks, Deborah. Good. So, Deborah, you and I will talk very soon, and then I think I know where you want to be, and then we'll talk about it. And obviously, I can speak from experience. So, all right, that's that. You know, when you see any abbreviation starting with a W, you always think there's what, but I can't figure out what WHT is. Somebody's going to tell me I know. Somebody's going to chime in. All right, so that is what I wanted to talk to everybody about today. Do you see the vision? Do you see what you can do? Thanks, Al. Do you see what you need to do in this business to get ahead of everybody else? Remember, that's the name of the game. You're in a sales business. You got to outsell the other guy. And we have the system. We put them all together. And I'm telling you, folks, where we are today is so far ahead of my initial vision for what this system was all about. I remember I kind of gave it about 2 or 3 month rest. I came back and everybody that works for me had just developed all new components to it. I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away by all the stuff that's out there. So this is, you sign on up, whether you sign up for the marketing program, you sign up for the full Multifamily OS, you just work this system. Just get out there and start dialing for dollars. The beautiful thing about multifamily is that your market is closed. And what I mean by that is, once you tell me where you want to be and what type of properties that you want to buy, that's a fixed, finite number. And for the next 12 months, we're going to focus on all of those numbers. We're going to send them letters. We're going to send them emails. We're going to call them. We're going to get to know them. We're going to find out how many kids they have. And at the end of 12 months, one person is going to say yes to your offer. And then you're off to the races. So that is how it works. Everyone, awesome, Morgan. Everyone, let's do this. I will see you. Hey, listen, I'm coming out with a new podcast. It's going to be like an 8-part series. You'll be able to binge it. You'll be able to binge it. And it's for the hotel to apartment conversions. It's going to be me and Dave Peters. It's going to be me and Professor Alexander Cartwright. And it's going to be me and Dave Peters and Professor Alexander Cartwright. And we'll do 8 series leading up to our Chicago event, so that you can get the find out why we think this is fantastic. Not only, as David Peters calls it, you do well by doing good, and converting these hotels to apartments. You're doing a very good thing for a lot of people who are just not able to get it themselves. Okay, wow, that's why I sent my assistant last time, which is one of my daughters who will be in contact with you and your assistant. Awesome, Al. I'm sure Deb is on here seeing that, and she's already going like, if you know, you know. Okay. All right, everybody. Great to see you. And we will be talking soon. Let's keep at it. Let's keep at it. Good to see you all. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.